What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out, and I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening and welcome to the Watchman News. Tonight we're brought to you by Kozo Grinders. I even had to like scrape the sticky icky off of the damn top of it so I could see the brand name again. I probably need to clean this thing. After, I don't know, 3-4 years heavy use, it's probably time. Maybe, you know. It works, but it's a little hanky. Hey, relax, nobody's dying. Everybody's all good. I'm in trouble now. I done ran the dog off. Oh, crap. She's going all the way back there? Oof. Yeah. Yep, I'm on the list. Anyway, gonna be back there huffing me. Howdy plays in the dirt. Oh man, I'll tell you, I've got tons of news tonight. Not sure if you're out there, Leol, but, buddy, I got my ass whooped. Like, time after time after time, I got my ass whooped. And, yeah. So there's something called, what is it, the Eastern Edge? I don't know if you've done it. But those damn alien spider bastard things, I just can't. With the revolver? Really? I mean, they didn't even give you a speed loader? Anyway. But I'm getting better at golf, and I know that's really important news, and, I did. I had 2 birdies, and I think an eagle. Is an eagle one better than a birdie? If that is, I think I had an eagle. It was the very last hole, though, the last hole, and so it didn't bring up the same score thing that I could verify what I did. So, tis the rough life. Got the grass mowed today. Trash is already out. But I couldn't kill the damn spider aliens. I just don't know. They could have gave me 2 pistols, you know? I mean, yeah, I can't either in real life, man. I'm on, well, today I went to novice mode. That's the only reason I'm doing better. Amateur mode, I'm not even amateur. So, on novice mode, I look pretty damn good. Anyway. But them damn spider aliens, I'm telling you, they, literally give you a revolver, 6 shots. You have to open the damn thing up, empty out your rounds, put 6 new rounds in, shut the thing, and they're ganging up on you like 2 and 3 at a time. I mean, they could have left you a Tommy gun or something in there. Anyway, yeah, it's just it's fun, and it's really, I'll tell you, it's funny because as somebody that does suffer from COPD, it doesn't take much, and even playing that, I mean, I'm not running or anything like that. I'm pretty much standing in one spot, but even doing that is definitely quite the challenge. But really interesting, really interesting. A lot of fun. I got to get past that though. I don't think the game's very big. I think it's like a really short game, but I can't even get past the first thing. Yeah, Gatling gun would have been great. Flamethrower, anything, you know. Sticks of dynamite would have been nice. I had a flare. And I don't even have another flare, because, you know, I'd like to light a flare and be able to poke at them with it when I'm trying to get my damn gun reloaded, but no, they just gang up on you. They don't care. Fun times. Anyway, let me get started on the news. I've got quite a bit of it. I think I got 9 tabs open tonight. And it's all pretty important stuff. So, wow. And this stuff I know may just Headline of the show, Obama laments American separate realities. That is a pretty horrific article, to be honest. And then there's another article after that makes it even worse. And if you want to know your future, I'm about to tell it to you in 2 articles. Maybe if I get my damn thing in front of me. Poke buttons, yo. Poke. Obama laments American separate realities. Now check this out. Listen to this, because you have to read between the lines. But it's pretty obvious. Americans are so divided by the country's polarizing media outlets that they can't even begin to address controversial challenges based on a common understanding of reality, former U.S. President Barack Obama has claimed. The thing that I'm most worried about is the degree to which we now have a divided conversation, in part because we have a divided media. Obama said in a CBS Mornings interview aired on Tuesday. He added that when the country had only 3 major television news outlets, when you had a real limited news, people were getting a similar sense of what is true and what isn't, what was real and what was not. Today, what I'm most concerned about is the fact that because of the splintering of the media, we almost occupy different realities. And to some degree, he's correct on that, but the answer isn't what he is aiming at. Past generations of Americans were able to confront issues based on a common view of the facts, even as they disagreed on policy decisions, Obama said. In the past, everyone could say, all right, we may disagree on how to solve it, but at least we all agree that, yeah, that's an issue. Now people will say, well, that didn't happen, or I don't believe that, or I don't care about the science. You like how they threw that one in there? Or I'm not concerned about these experts, And that one as well was a nice touch. Because they're just all liberals. Now let me tell you a little bit about something with writing speeches. What's she doing? Was it her? Oh. So when it comes to writing speeches, if you want a point to stand out, to be bam, right there in your head at the end of the speech, you say it at the end of the speech, and you really emphasize it, you really make a point of it. And Obama's good at speaking. He is incredible at speaking. And man, I'll tell you what. And then he closes off with, that's just, he gives an example, that's just conservative propaganda, right? So he's not in any way clearly trying to want to have a discussion. He wants to have a limited amount of information available to us so that we can all agree about what we see. Well, that's the problem. They are trying to show us a bunch of bullshit, and we know better, and we're calling them out. They're wanting to stop our ability to do that, and they're going to push forward with it. It will happen. I guarantee it. I guarantee you they will shut down any and all alternative media. I guarantee it at some point. If we don't wind up in a big global conflict, at some point. So, and I think probably both are going to actually happen. But check this out. Coffee. I thought I was going to talk about the article. Tonight's thought. Coffee was a nicer thought. Mainstream media is dead, says U.S. Senator. Never mind. Lindsey Graham, not a fan. Monday's bombshell Durham report shows not only that the FBI improperly launched the Russiagate probe to prevent Donald Trump from being elected president, but also that legacy media outlets won accolades for hyping the false scandal with politically motivated lies, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham has claimed. So you have people from both sides of the aisle, okay, that are more or less pointing at media and saying this has got to stop. But the reality of the situation is they are working together. They need to get both sides to demand an end to all of the lies, all of the craziness, because it's crazy on both sides. It's intended to be. Because they want both sides to demand it, demand some control. Right? And they've done that. They've been doing that for a long damn time. They got the left that argues for government control of social programs and stuff like that. And then they've got the right that that believes in government to enforce the law. And when you mix the two, what do you have? Not much far from a communist government. I'll be damned. People don't even know. Our country was sold down the river so long ago. And we have already been morphed. Doesn't matter what damn label you put on it. What matters is the reality of what's happening in this country. And you've even got the right, free, the red team, free, Constitution, rights, work hard, build yourself, become self-made, which is all great. But when you got people that are working 3 damn jobs and can't pay the bills, there's a problem somewhere. There's a problem somewhere. And it may not have been their parents, but their grandparents lived in a time in which they had enough money to where they could put stuff back. And you could choose that for your retirement, for your, final expenses, for inheritance, to whatever. But there was money there. There was enough money there. There was enough money to pay the bills and live. And be able to put back or invest into a business of your own or what have you. Pay for your children's education. Right? Because where did that go? Well, parents can't afford to do that. I know. Isn't that amazing? No longer parents could afford to put back extra money to help send their children through school. But amazingly, the bank stepped in. Hey, we can help out here. And what happened? They got us into a boatload of student loan debt. Right? And what was called a student loan forgiveness was a bank buyout or bailout. That's all it was a bank bailout. So the government covered the bill. The banks got their money. It's ridiculous. And the way that these banks lured the kids. I know they signed the dotted line. Look, I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life. I'm damn sure not done, I'm sure. I'm sure it sounds extremely good to those kids when the offer was put on the table. I'm sure they had plenty of people behind them saying, do it, do it, do it. They're kids. I can't blame them for being misled. That's, I thought, what the parents were supposed to be there for. I thought. But that changed too. I guess. We live in a world where there is about zero accountability, for the most part. That's why we can't get anything better. You know, Obama, Lindsey Graham, they're correct on parts of their arguments. But the answer is not in silencing people. The answer is not in censoring people. The answer is in punishing people. Some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that's going on is criminal. Just enforce the damn law. Fairly. Equally. I mean, you've got people that are still holed up in a jail over the crap that happened on January 6th of whatever frickin' year. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you'd have Hunter Biden running around free and happy. Don't trust any of these people. None of them. I'm telling you, they're playing on the same team. And it's not ours. I mean, they do this all the time. Look at what they did with the, in the arm. Right? Someone brought it out. Someone got it all put in place and started. And then somebody else took over and did the part of the distribution. So you had both sides there that at least at one point or another had a moment of, oh yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. And I'm sitting there looking at both sides during both different times, looking at them going, are you out of your damn mind? I don't know. Okay. Shifting gears a little bit. Stuff is heating up pretty hot in Ukraine. I've got 3 articles, and they're pretty much all on the same event. Ukraine reports exceptional Russian strikes on targets in Kiev. It says here Russia conducted an integrated attack on targets in Kiev in the early hours of Tuesday that was exceptional in its density. A Ukrainian military official has said the bombardment involved drones, cruise missiles, and possibly ballistic missiles, the head of Kiev's military administration, Sergei Popko, wrote on Telegram. The maximum number of attacking missiles was launched in the shortest period of time, he said. Popko claimed the majority of enemy targets in the airspace of Kiev were detected and destroyed. The Telegram channel of the Commander-in-Chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, General Valery Zaluzny, later claimed that a total of 18 missiles were launched at the capital overnight, of which all were destroyed by Kiev's air defenses. Those included 6 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, 9 Caliber cruise missiles, and 3 ground-launched Iskander ballistic missiles, the statement said. The Kinzhal, or Dagger, is a Russian hypersonic air-to-surface missile that has been in operation since 2017. It can travel at a speed of up to Mach 12, that's a little fast, while constantly performing evasive maneuvers, that's a little tricky, which is believed to allow it to penetrate any existing air defenses. Damn Skippy. Last week, Ukrainian officials announced that U.S.-supplied Patriot system was able to shoot down a Kinzhal above Kiev. Bullshit. Moscow did not comment on those claims officially, but a high-ranking source in Russia's defense ministry told RIA Novosti that it was just wishful thinking on the part of the Ukrainians. The Patriot system doesn't have the capability to intercept a hypersonic missile like the Kinzhal, he insisted. No, not even remotely. I mean, not even close. folks. We gotta be honest about this stuff. We have nothing that can go up against the Kinzhal. Nothing. Or any of the others that they've got, the hypersonic weapons they've got. Nor do we have anything for China's hypersonic weapons or North Korea's. So I wouldn't be too surprised to hear soon enough that Iran not only has hypersonic, but that they make the announcement that they do indeed have nuclear capabilities. I wouldn't doubt it. I believe that day is coming soon. Continuing, though, another unnamed defense ministry official cited by Izvestia newspaper pointed out that the debris that Kiev presented as proof of shooting down a Kinzhal actually belonged to another, much less sophisticated projectile. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko wrote on Telegram on Tuesday that debris from the missiles fell onto at least 3 districts of the city amid the Russian strike. Several cars were damaged and caught fire, but there were no injuries among the population, the former boxing champion said. Kiev Zoo was also affected. However, there was no fire and the animals remained unhurt, Klitschko added. Numerous videos allegedly made in Kiev overnight have been uploaded to social media showing air defenses at work over the city. The Russian Defense Ministry has not yet commented on the latest round of strikes. When previously reporting similar operations, the ministry usually insists that its missiles were able to destroy all intended targets. Moscow began its large-scale missile campaign in Ukraine in October last year. Well, this goes into the history, which we've already covered. So, anyway, I just want to be clear on what's going on. And, folks, I know I've caught a lot of crap over the years for using RT as a news source. I'm telling you, as far as a one-stop shop, they're on the money. And yes, they have propaganda just like any other news has propaganda. You just filter that out. But the difference is between RT and, say, I don't know, U.S. mainstream media, for example, RT in most cases will actually give you the facts, right? To where U.S. media is all over the board. Both sides are both putting out their talking points, and that's the only place the conversation ever goes, which usually doesn't even go anywhere near the actual situation, but it is what it is. So, continuing on this event, Patriot missile base in Kiev destroyed by hypersonic strike, says Moscow. Now, wow, wait a minute here. A minute ago, we were just talking about how they claimed that they had actually taken down a Kinzhal using a Patriot missile, which, okay. Here says a precision strike by a Russian hypersonic Kinzhal missile has destroyed a Patriot air defense system in Kiev, the defense ministry in Moscow reported on Tuesday. The Ukrainian government previously claimed that Kinzhal missiles had been intercepted by the U.S.-made weapons platform. Oops. The Russian military did not provide further details about the strike, which was the first time Moscow claimed to have hit the long-range system supplied to Ukraine by its Western backers. Kiev reported that it had withstood a massive missile strike by Russian forces on Monday night. The Ukrainian military claimed to have intercepted 6 Kinzhal missiles in addition to various other aerial targets. That's funny. The Russian ministry confirmed the attack in a daily briefing on Tuesday, stating that it had used long-range precision weapons to hit military targets, including Ukrainian troops' positions and places of storage of munitions, weapons, and military hardware delivered from Western nations. A video circulating on social media purports to show a Patriot battery deployed in the Ukrainian capitals firing several barrages of missiles at incoming Russian targets. Seconds later, a large explosion can be seen in the area. Goodbye. The Ukrainian government claimed last week that it used a Patriot missile system to achieve the first ever downing of a Kinzhal missile. The projectile is a hypersonic weapon whose speed makes it practically impossible to be intercepted. Speaking to Russian media, anonymous sources in the Russian Defense Ministry dismissed the Ukrainian claim as wishful thinking. Some outlets suggested that Kiev had misidentified debris from a slower ballistic Iskander missile, which is a ground-launched weapon that shares some design features with the air-launched Kinzhal. So, all you have to do, fire a couple of regular old missiles, some cruise missiles, throw some drones in their direction, and as soon as you see those missiles come up to say hello to your missiles, target the source with your hypersonic missiles. It's not rocket science. I mean, part of it is, but not the strategic part. Ukraine does not, even remotely, even for a second, stand a chance. I don't understand how anybody could believe that they would. On Russia's worst day, they would walk all over Ukraine. It'd be like saying, well, no, not quite. It'd be like saying Canada came down to... No, just kidding. Man. So, again, a lot of people would say, oh, that's the Russian side of it. Okay, well, let's tell the U.S. side, shall we? You can kind of throw the dart somewhere in the middle, and you'll probably be real close. Russia likely damaged U.S.-made Patriot missile battery, says CNN. Oh, likely. Damaged. That'll buff out. No problem. A hypersonic missile strike by Russia on Tuesday reportedly hit a U.S.-supplied Patriot air defense system in Kiev, CNN has reported, citing an unidentified U.S. official. Washington is assessing the damage. Yeah, they blew it the hell up, yo. To determine whether the battery needs to be pulled back or repaired on site by Ukrainian forces, the outlet added. Can you send them a new one? The report, and I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because this is so damn silly. The report came hours after the Russian Defense Ministry announced that a hypersonic Kinzhal missile strike had destroyed a Patriot base in Kiev. Tuesday's strikes also took out Ukrainian troop positions, munition storage facilities, and Western-supplied weapons, according to a ministry press briefing. Ukrainian officials said earlier on Tuesday that they had intercepted 6 hypersonic missiles with their Patriot systems, a claim touted by Western media as proof that Kiev was thwarting a supposedly unstoppable Russian weapon. CNN said a U.S. National Security Council spokesperson referred questions about the successful Russian strike to Ukrainian officials who declined to comment on Moscow's claim. Ukraine reportedly has 2 Patriot systems in operation. Make that one. One supplied by the U.S., yeah, it's dead, and a battery provided jointly by Germany and the Netherlands. They'll get that couple of nights. taking one out of commission, even for a short period, or like forever, yo, could affect Ukraine's ability to defend Kiev amid intensifying Russian missile attacks, CNN said. Well, you're going to need a lot more than a buffer. Let's see. U.S. officials told CNN last week that Moscow had targeted a Patriot system in a hypersonic strike earlier this month, but Ukrainian forces used the battery to intercept the Russian missile. Just point and shoot, right? The outlet said Patriot batteries use a powerful radar to detect incoming threats at long range, enabling Russia's military to pick up their signals and determine their location. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I wanna, I don't know, understand this new radar technology. Because what we have in the current if you understand how radar works, you understand that they just can't set those sumbitches up in somebody's backyard and kick her on. Because there might be some people and things affected in the nearby. So, when it comes to those radar systems, they can only be so strong anyway. Because you can't fry everybody in front of you for 20 miles. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. That's funny. Anyway, yeah. 6 missiles, huh? He's swatted them out of the air like a fly swatter, huh? Cool story, bro. Anyway, if you've been following the whole missile thing, that hypersonic missile, all of the versions Russia's got, and the one version that we know damn well China's got, are very, very serious concerns. And it actually seemed like the Pentagon was even more concerned about the Chinese model versus the Russian model. That's not a good thing. We have no defense for these. We haven't even been able to successfully make one of our own. So, I don't know if the aliens are playing favorites with, the Chinese and Russians and giving them the hypersonic technology. Maybe our government, this sounds likely. Maybe our government reneged on a deal. Anyway, I better stop. People will be telling me to go get out the tinfoil. Alright, switching countries, but we're still going to talk about blowing the hell out of people. China ready to smash Taiwanese independence, says Defense Ministry. Well, that doesn't sound friendly. China's military has vowed to resolutely smash any separatist movement in Taiwan and warned that Washington's increased meddling with the self-governing island has created a dangerous fracture in Sino-U.S. Is it Sino? I have no idea. U.S. relations. It's not belts, I know that. The People's Liberation Army, PLA or PLA, continues to strengthen military continues to strengthen military training and preparations will resolutely smash any form of Taiwanese independent secession, along with attempts at outside interference, and will resolutely defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity, Chinese Defense Ministry spokesman Colonel Tan Kefi told reporters on Tuesday in Beijing. I don't know, Kefi, Hi Tan, made its comments in response to a U.S. plan revealed earlier this month to provide $500 million in military aid to Taiwan. In addition, the Pentagon has reportedly dispatched as many as 200 troops to the island to provide military training. So, and of course, there's been a little bit of back and forth going on. Now, let me tell you what's gonna get China to say, oh, hell no, a lot quicker than all of our banter and bullshit. Because the next article I've got is something that I don't see China. No. And they aren't gonna play. Not even a little. Not even a little. Taiwan allows same-sex couples to adopt children. If you think the Chinese government is going to sit back while the Western nonsense flows in there and corrupts those people, you're out of your mind. Talk about all the political bullshit, the banter, all that. You want to get China to put their foot down and assert control over Taiwan? You keep pushing this shit over there and you'll make it happen real damn quick. I'll tell you that. I'm just saying. They ain't having it. Just like Russia's not having it. And I respect them for that. I highly respect them for that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anywho, got two more articles for you. Here's another massive nightmare in the United States of America right now. Parents revolt over plan to house migrants in schools. Now hold up. This is not the first time that New York City has been in the news when it comes to these migrants. I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before. They were kicking veterans out of some places so that they could bring them in there. So now the veterans are out on the streets so that the migrants can have the shelters. Now, Eric Adams is actually fighting back, sort of, kind of. But maybe them dumbasses shouldn't have been on board so damn hard from the beginning. I mean, hey, I am all for this. If you want to be a sanctuary city and all that shit, well then let's bus them there. Plain and simple. Let me be clear. Bust their asses to the sanctuary cities. They want them, they can have them. Good luck. I am not anti-immigration. I am do it how it's supposed to be done and fix that process, because the process is just as much of a clusterfuck as what our border situation is right now. Again, I know somebody that, and I would imagine he's all good now. It's been years, but I know somebody that struggled with the immigration system, and he was doing everything right. Everything right. You couldn't ask for a better American. You couldn't. I mean, unreal. He's checked. And 2 businesses, I mean, came here, did really, really well, and just got screwed over by the immigration system left and right. The kind of person you'd want to be here. You know, so I see the problem from both sides. The system needs fixed. All of our systems need fixed. But this nonsense that's going on right now, this is planned destruction. Period. These people that are in control, that are doing this right now, should have their asses strung up for treason. Because there is no way that you cannot see that this is a self-destruction of a nation. And it's intentional. It's got to be intentional. You've got politicians fighting to kill babies in the womb. You've got politicians fighting to allow anybody and everybody to walk across that border at a whim. You've got politicians that are corrupting the school systems and making the kids dumber and dumber and dumber and wanting the most evil of things. You got a media that's standing right there behind them, that's helping them, from the kids' shows all the way up to the adult shows. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, it's intentional. I don't think it's hard to see how intentional it is. I'm going to ask the same damn question again. Where is the sergeant at arms? If I'm saying the title correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. But as I recall it in my head right now, it's sergeant at arms. Right? The guy that's supposed to be arresting people's asses. It makes no sense. I'm not a Trump fan. And I think they all work together. I think Trump worked with them just as much. But even on the surface of what we saw was complete and utter bullshit. And there should be people imprisoned for it. There should be just a complete clean out of a whole hell of a lot of politicians, and yes, media. If you clearly, intentionally misled, give them a court hearing. If it is found by a jury of their peers, if they so choose, that they intentionally misled the public, then they should be criminally charged. It's one thing to cover something and get it wrong because you had some wrong information or what, but it's all about the intent. And you cannot tell me that any of the United States mainstream media does not have intent to propagandize you to the level of an extremist. Both sides. Which is crazy because, like, red team doesn't even have that many. Blue team's got the majority on the news outlets. Damn right the two sides are being radicalized. Just like Obama claims. He's absolutely correct on that. But it's intentional. This is a Hegelian dialectic in our face. And then this is the last article I have open here. There was apparently another shooting. This is insane. 3 killed, 6 injured in latest U.S. mass shooting. Now, this was New Mexico. An 18-year-old gunman was killed. At least 3 people killed at least 3 people and wounded 6 others, including 2 police officers, in America's latest mass shooting. The incident in northwestern New Mexico ended when the lone suspect was shot dead by responding officers, police said. The killings occurred on Monday in the city of Farmington, home to about 46,000 in the Four Corners region, where the state's borders of New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado meet. Police gave no details on the shooter other than his age and gender. No, they're not, until they got complete control over information. You're going to see that from here on out. Every time there's going to be absolute control over any information you can find out about those individuals. They are going to scrub these people in real time before they release any names. You watch. Schools in the area were locked down at 11:15 a.m. as police responded to the gunfire on a street lined with homes and churches. Minutes after the first officer arrived at the scene, gunman was shot. Farmington Police Chief Steve, I don't know if it's Heavy or Hebe, said the lockdown order was lifted nearly 2 hours later after local authorities concluded that there were no other suspects involved. Heavy said the gunman appeared to be shooting at whatever entered his head about targeting any specific individuals, homes, or churches. The suspect shot at least 6 houses and 3 cars using at least 3 weapons, including an AR-15 style rifle. The 2 injured officers, one from the Farmington Police Department and the other from New Mexico State Police, are in a stable condition at San Juan Regional Medical Center. The Farmington incident comes 2 days after shooting in Yuma, Arizona, which left 2 people dead and 5 wounded. And then, of course, earlier this month, 8 were killed, 7 injured in the one in Allen, Texas. So it's just insane. It's just insane. And I'm sure it's going to ramp up. And we could play the tinfoil hat game. We could absolutely play the tinfoil hat game, because there are some of these instances to where that hat fits. Maybe not this one. I don't know. Don't know anything necessarily about this, but we know damn well that the Nashville one stinks to high heaven, as does others that were right around that time. That's what I'm saying. They are going to change up how they do this, and you're not going to find out anything about a name until they make damn sure that they have got every nook and cranny scoured, and that they have a total control over that information first. And the only place you'll be able to find out anything true is from people that personally knew them, and they'll never be allowed to get their voices out. And I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope that we've got some whistleblowers that call into some big names, like, say, Glenn Beck or what have you, that say, hey, I know this person. This ain't right. And I would say to anyone out there, if that happens, you go to somebody like Glenn Beck. I highly recommend Glenn Beck. The man of integrity. I think you could trust him. I'll tell you, they're going to get a handle on all of the information. Every bit of it. You're seeing them do it right now. And then they're going to shut people like me down. They're going to shut people like Glenn Beck down. Anybody that won't walk their rope. And I'm telling you, there are some individuals that I think are on the take now that you probably wouldn't even really necessarily think they were. There again, some people would see it plain as day. I see it plain as day. Mr. Poole, I guarantee you, is on the take at this point. It's obvious. I mean, there has been a total, complete shift. I mean, it's obvious. Very obvious. They got to him. They would get to you too if they did to you what they did to him. That's what it is. They get to them all. They got to Alex Jones. They even got to ones like Steve Quayle and the Hagmans. It's a shame. It's a shame. The cat with True News, he used to be good. They got to him. They got to all those guys about the same time. The Hagmans, the dude with True News, I can't remember. Steve Quayle, about the same time, they all turned. And it's a shame, too, because, man, like Alex Jones he used to be good. He wasn't so he had always been a little crazy. He's Alex Jones, but he wasn't gay frog crazy. Not that he's necessarily crazy about the gay frogs, but you know what I mean. He's kind of right about the gay frogs. It sounds funny, but there is something to that. Let's see. I've got some headlines. Fun. Yeah, if you want to see some good Alex Jones stuff, look up a documentary that he did, an early on documentary, America Destroyed by Design, I believe. Hang on. IMDb, America Destroyed by Design, 1998, Alex Jones. I'm sure that you can find it. This right here. Right, yep, that's it. I see 2 hours, so yeah, it's even on the UberTube. Here, I'll put this link in chat just in case anybody wants to check it out. America Destroyed by Design, 1998. Alex Jones, very, very good. Some of the stuff that in fact, a lot of the stuff that he covers is very important today. And you'll see some of this stuff and you'll be like, oh, holy shit. I guarantee it. Including stuff about China owning ports in the United States. Yeah, it's in here. All kinds of good stuff about about all of our wonders of the world, our national parks and stuff like that being taken over essentially by global interests, all of that. And I mean, he goes and shows you the World Heritage Site plaques. I mean, he shows you. Anyway. Now I can't really stand to listen to him because he's just crazy. Too much screaming, too much aggression. You don't need all that. Just talk. We don't need to be trying to steer people's emotions in any direction. You know, I don't intentionally try to steer your emotions in any direction. Every once in a while, I might try to be funny. Why? Because I don't want you to be bummed out. I don't do this to bum people out. I do this because people need to know the news. They need to know the truth. There's not a whole lot of places telling it these days. There's a lot of propaganda out there, but not a lot of truth. Let's see. Twitter reveals Turkish court orders. Oh, wait, let me look up. Yeah. I hear you about having the AIs to fight the AIs. It's I try to think about the future, and I try to envision the future. And I had a pretty good run going for a while, to be quite honest. but I ain't got no clue at this particular point. I don't have a clue where we're going to go, where we're going to be. Between wars and rumors of wars, between AI, between economic systems that are I don't know where we're going. Doesn't look good at the moment. I hope either we can change that or something else happens that throws them off course, or at least delays them significantly. There ain't a whole lot I see that could do stuff like that. EMP. Those would be fun times, huh? Anywho. NATO creeping into Asia, says North Korea. EU's country's debt hits historic high. Eurozone posts unexpected manufacturing numbers. Ukraine reports... I covered that. Influence of Russian narratives growing in EU member states, a commissioner warns. Mad Max versus The Matrix. Hey, yeah, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Let's see. Chair of Ukrainian Supreme Court arrested over $3 million bribe. Patriot missile... covered that one too. Yeah, an EMP would solve the hell out of it. An EMP would solve the hell out of a lot of damn problems, I'll tell you that. But it would be a rough way to do it, I know that. Holy hell, would that be a rough way to go. Let's see. Zelensky's F-16 wish list revealed, says Politico. They're trying. Japan to boost Russian LNG imports despite sanctions, says the diplomat. Russia contemplates severing ties with Poland. Paris justifies nuclear ties with Moscow. I don't know what to think about this particular headline yet. Let's let it kind of simmer and see what happens. African leaders to mediate in Ukraine conflict, says South Africa. Now, I haven't heard anything from anyone yet aside from South Africa about this. So let's see. We'll see. Germany won't send fighter jets to Ukraine, says senior MP. Russian MPs greenlight withdrawal from arms treaty. And there's another headline that goes along with that. EU should ban Indian fuel made from Russian oil, says Burrell. 7 UK supplied Storm Shadow missiles shot down, says Moscow. I have no doubts of that. George Soros hates humanity, says Elon Musk. Yeah, well, you want a brain chip, people, so... Rushdie, I don't know how it's pronounced, slams book publishers for censorship. Miller scrubs woke feminist ad after backlash. That stuff's not working real well for you beer companies. Kremlin responds to Ukraine missile claims. Oh, this is important news here. This is probably the most important news of the day. The Village People demand Trump stop using their music. Just like deja vu, because I know damn well I remember back on his first run, the Village People saying, please stop using our music. And Trump was like, get bent. So, I don't know if they ever sued him or what, or I have no idea. And that, to me, that gets me, though. I mean, shouldn't that speak volumes to you as a voter? Do you think that's right? Would you like for you to do something, and then for anybody just to be able to use that work that you did in any light, in any way, without you having any say over it. That's not real damn cool. It really isn't. And this happens by a lot of politicians. They all do it. They all ignore the performers when they say don't use our stuff. Yeah, I would hell. No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If you had somebody that ran and just played music like that really didn't have a damn thing to do with the campaign, but was just really good kick-ass songs and was about kicking ass, right? That would be, in my opinion, that would get my attention, really. If they would stop being less like politicians, it would get my attention. Let's see. But yeah, that isn't cool, though. I mean, you got to look at it from both sides. Russia will maximize arms production after treaty exit, says ex-president. ExxonMobil settles Indonesian torture suit. U.S. debt default could cause worldwide panic, says Treasury Secretary. Okay, and I'm going to comment on this. Damn it. I do this every time. Every damn time. Let me tell you how this is going to play out. We're going to be up to the wire. It's going to be debt default everywhere. There's going to be homeless people. There's going to be government shutdowns. We won't know who will build the roads. Right? Everything will just implode in one moment as soon as the debt defaults. So at the last minute, like a superhero, they're going to solve it. And they're going to pass whatever they need to pass to keep everything going. And they'll just turn the speed of the printers up a little. Don't worry. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. It's every damn time. Every damn time. It's called a game. Imagine that. German ex-chancellor's wife fired for attending May 9th celebration. Ukraine neighbor disputes pro-Russian election result, says media. Former international chess boss details his alien encounter. I don't know if he got probed or not. I didn't read the article. UK food prices double, says a report. Brexit has failed, says Farage. Brexit didn't stand a damn chance because those assholes in the government, both sides, all sides I will say, destroyed it because the government of Great Britain doesn't give a damn about what the people want. Farage did. Let's see. Ukraine's top spy admits killing Russian public figures. Stuff like that is supposed to be condemned. China tells foreign embassies to remove pro-Ukraine posters, says the media. Again, that's a country that ain't going to have a lot of bullshit. Facts, yo. MEP pension held assets in tax havens, says EU observer. Biden clashes with U.S. mayor over immigration crisis. That would be Eric Adams. I mentioned that earlier at the beginning of the show. EU blasts Georgia over Russia flights. Here we go. Russian cafe selling $8 breast milk coffee. Go line up. Ex-employee sues Rudy Giuliani for sexual harassment. So, now I don't know what Rudy did. He probably committed it. I mean, let's be honest. But is anything Rudy did nearly as bad as walking up to a Russian woman in a cafe and grabbing her I'm just saying. Right? Just saying. Ukraine says Ukraine says it shoots down more missiles than Russia fires, says Shogu. That was kind of the funny part of it. Mainstream, I covered that one and that one. That's it. We are headlined out. I couldn't make it tonight without nonsense. I couldn't. I didn't really try. It started out serious though, and then it just went to hell at some point. So we'll try again tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm caught up. I got trash out. I'm good, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I gotta find something that I can eat that the dog can't have any of. And I'm thinking I believe I've got just enough mayo in there for one more round of tuna. But I don't think the dog would be interested in eating tuna with me. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. She's got to be out. The only way she's not up my butt right now is if she's out cold sleeping. She's got to be. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here so I can make that a reality because tuna fish before bed is the way to go. Anyway, it's healthy. It's healthy for the brain, I tell ya. Let me get out of here. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow night for some more nonsense. And I appreciate y'all coming. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.